video. So go subscribe to Strucid guy. He makes all this content for the new season, the new chapter, and he's just a really cool guy. So just go subscribe to him. Hit that note.
Be my most important video. So this video really has to be really impactful. So you guys do need to watch this to the end, because there's a lot of details you guys are going to miss and you guys are going to be unsatisfied with if you guys do not watch it to the end. So go ahead and do that, and if you guys want to as well, go ahead and follow me on Twitter at the Strucid guy. And that's really that. Let's get right into this video. Alright guys, so the time of recording this video, it is August the 25th of 2020, and Strucid chapter 2 is still not out. So a lot of people have been really, anticipating Strucid to come out before September. Some people think it isn't coming out till October, but like I said before, I do have some really good news for you guys who have been waiting months and months for Strucid chapter 2. Like I said before, the game is supposed to be out around like July, early July of 2020, and it still did not come out at the time of recording this. Once again, we are about a month and a half after it should have dropped, but like before, I did get some information from a staff member by the name of Zickel, someone who's really known to the community as a staff member, and he did get this news from someone who's really reliable source, aka Classify, Andrew's best friend, aka Phoenix Sign's best friend. He knows everything about what's going to be happening, and he did give us some really important details. So anyway, like before, you guys can watch, or you guys are in the channel, just go ahead, drop a like, subscribe, because the Strucid chapter 2 does come out. You guys are gonna miss so many details about the patch notes, stuff like that, and I do think that you guys do not want to miss out on any of that. And I'm gonna be doing some giveaways for you guys who are actually gonna be playing the game, so make sure to keep up with that if you guys want to win 1,000 Robux. So anyway, like the fourth, Phoenix Sign's best friend, aka Smelted Sands, or Andrew's best friend, Classify, basically was right about everything he's ever told us. He did tell us it was going to get delayed to August or early August, and he was right about that. Then he said it wasn't going to come out early August, and what do you know, it did not come out early August. So he did say this a couple of days ago, I believe it was like 5 days ago, that he said to everyone that it was about 90% done, and this was literally 5 days ago, so 90% done. And he did say today about what he was kind of referring to. I'm going to be going over that a little bit, but I want to go a little more over the 90% done. I did talk about some of my last videos how, Strucid chapter 2 did seem to be almost done, for the fact that he was hiring someone to do the UI, and how he probably was doing the easy tedious stuff for the update of Strucid chapter 2. Because I did think he was done, like before. He did have the map done, he did have some GFX coming out for it, so obviously he's not gonna just have the game have GFX for it if it's not complete or it's nowhere close to being completed. So that made a lot of sense to me. Like I said before, the UI is something you really work on, and most of the time lasts, so that's that. So I know a lot of you are probably gonna be like, what does that have to do with it coming out soon? Let me explain to you guys, because you guys may be like, well, 90% is a long amount of time. Like if he's been working on it since April, imagine how long 10% is gonna take. So let me go ahead and explain that to you guys once again. 90% of the game is done, so that means the game is done. This is 5 days ago, so I'm pretty sure it's done by now. So let me explain this last part to you guys, so you guys can possibly expect it this weekend. If it's not this weekend, it's definitely next weekend for sure. Let me go ahead and go over this next part that you guys really need to understand. And if you guys read this and understand what I'm trying to say with this, and listen to the full explanation of what I'm trying to say, you guys will understand it to the max and not go inside the comment section and be like, oh, you lied. Alright guys, so in this screenshot on the side of the screen, you guys see it says he's only coding the UI now and waiting for the icons to come in. So if you guys don't understand what I'm trying to say, basically what Andrew's best friend Phoenix, I mean not even Phoenix Signs, but what Classify is trying to say, this is basically Classify's username on there, says Smelted Sand. Basically what he's trying to say is that, like before, the UI is the only thing that has to be coded. Obviously it did seem like that was something that was happening. We don't know what the official UI is. He did have a lot of people who were actually submitting designs, but I do not think a lot of them got passed on. I think maybe the ones I talked about in my last video are the ones that are going to be getting actually took into consideration. The two ones I kept talking about, if you guys want to go check that out, you guys can, are welcome to. But he says once again he's coding the UI now, like it's forward, which is not really hard. I do think he can get that in within the upcoming days. So when he says waiting for the icons to come in, I think he means the designer of the actual UIs has not actually sent in it yet, or they're still working on the actual design of it and it's not complete yet, or he's just working or waiting on logos for Strucid 2 in general, not just UI, but just the game itself. Because obviously he did hire a lot of people to do some things. He did have someone who was actually paid for, I have to believe, a icon, like for the actual game icon, not just like inside of the game icons. I think he's maybe referring to the actual in-game icon icons rather than like, you know, the aesthetics of it, like when you go on Roblox site and you see Strucid. So I don't think he's talking about that. I do believe he's talking about in game once again, like maybe for instance say when you want to press deploy. But then again, I don't know, because that kind of does go with the GUI. He did say the GUI was done, all you had to do was just code it. So I think it's just like the layout is done, but he just has to maybe add some icons here and there. I do believe that he does maybe talking about the game passes as well, maybe some other. Alright guys, so this next topic inside the video actually does go a little bit off topic, but it does relate to Strucid 2, of course. So if you guys are looking at the screenshot, you guys can see the walls, but if you guys are looking hard enough, you guys can notice the walls look a little bit different than usual. So if you guys are staring, you guys can see instead of the walls usually being sideways, so I'll show you guys an image of it, looks a lot different. It's not, you know, just having the how do I explain this, if you guys are kind of understand what I'm trying to say. The walls, like there's like a little stick like inside of it, like that's kind of like in there. If you guys, I can't really explain it to you guys, but if you guys look at the walls, you guys will see a big difference. And this is in Strucid chapter, I mean not even Strucid chapter 2, it's just regular Strucid beta. So I don't know if this has something to do with Strucid chapter 2. This is kind of speculation, this part, but obviously I want to remind you guys that the last part or segment of this video that I talked about when, you know, I was talking about how Strucid chapter 2 is coming out soon and how it is going to be coming out before September, or it's going to be coming out this weekend or the weekend coming up. I was not lying about that, and you guys seen the screenshot as well. So I once again do pretty much at this point guarantee you guys are going to be coming out within the next 2 weeks, because like before, it's already done. All he has to do now is just code the UI, and I don't think it's going to take him more than a week to code the UI. I do think the UI is one of the easiest things to code, and it's the less challenging things to do, so he can get that done pretty soon. And if not, he does have some developers that could also work on that, so that's that part as well. So the reason why these walls are a big deal to me is because like for he did make it pretty blatant that when Strucid 2 was, that when he did first release, you know, or I kind of like not even released, but announced the fact that he was working on Strucid 2 and gave us like a what to expect video. He talked about how there's going to be new builds, which we did all expect, of course, because it's going to be a Strucid 2. They're going to be a way different building mechanic. I would assume it is going to be new builds once again, a new editing system, how there's going to be a new feature with the walls as well, where you guys will not be able to see it through that much. So I do think that might be the new walls, so you can't really see as much as you could beforehand. That's what he just meant by that. I don't know, I could be wrong, but I am pretty hyped overall for it. Have been waiting months for Strucid 2 to come out, and now that it is going to be coming out, I'm going to be having a lot more content to post. I'm sorry for you guys not, you know, having me really upload recently. I know I have been slacking on uploads. People thought I quit YouTube.
Okay guys, so the reason why I made a cut there, because he was just talking about why he hasn't been uploading recently and stuff like that. So yeah, so go check him out, the Strucid guy. Go subscribe to him. So if you did enjoy, please like, subscribe, hit that bell notification so you get notified whenever I upload a new video, and hope you guys enjoyed. So